The Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonial rule in 1896 was initiated by the secret society, Kataas-Taasang Kagalang-Galang Katipunan ng mga Anak ng Bayan, with its founder, Andres Bonifacio, a self-educated lower-middle-class clerk. He was said to be largely influenced by ilustrados like Del Pilar and Jose Rizal. Ilustrados who were the ones to realize what freedom meant. However, rather than the peaceful reformations by their ilustrados, Bonifacio's movement was said to mark the beginning of the armed revolution. A question was raised as to why the revolutionary impulse began from below. Why were the documents of the Katipunan immediately labeled as patriotic rather than an articulation of change?
Kailangan na nating wakasan ang ilang daang taong pananakop ng Espanya. Lalaban tayo hanggang sa huli.
Because there is a discrepancy with the idea of revolution. Because the Katipunan was founded by the poor and ignorant, the revolution cannot be seen as an intellectual movement. Instead, the folk traditions or the concept of the secret society like the Katipunan were interpreted as a movement for the plebeians who are blindly obedient to patrons and supernatural forces. However, by removing all these misconceptions, the Katipunan at its core is a large gathering of Filipinos with the same hopes and expectations. It was a movement that channeled every person's energy to achieving independence from Spain. Bonifacio's manifesto, ang dapat mabatid ng mga Tagalog, is an integral issue in the Kalayaan that had gathered 30,000 members for the Katipunan. He writes about the struggle for independence in a framework of meaning which is traditional. He traces back to pre-colonial Philippines who had thrived without the Spaniards. Bonifacio, who was influenced by Rizal, writes his story by using language and form to connect the Filipinos with the story of Passion. The Filipinos were seduced by the sweet words of the Spaniards, the same way Adam and Eve were tempted by Satan.
The relationship between the Tagalogs and Spaniards is explored through the concept of false and dyadic relationships as exemplified by Eve's downfall in the Bible and the Spaniards' friars' false promises to the Tagalogs. Bonifacio believes that Tagalogs have been blinded by their lack of liwanag and the suffering due to the inauthentic relationship with the Spaniards. The meaning of the letter K in the Katipunan flag of 1896 suggesting it stood for Katipunan and others suggesting it may have later come to represent Kalayaan due to the intense nationalism of the revolutionaries. The desire to recover the country's pre-Spanish wholeness is a recurring theme of the revolutionaries' manifestos. Jacinto's manifesto personifies Kalayaan and depicts the youth in darkness interrupted by the shadow that appears whenever ignorance and stupidity cause suffering. The manifestos of Jacinto and Bonifacio converge in their emphasis on understanding the past and present through Kalayaan's teachings. Initiation rites into the Katipunan involve blindfolding and performing simplified Masonic formulas to teach the neophyte about the society's mission to restore freedom and independence. Themes of redemption, sacrifice, and paradise drew from the neophyte's religious and literary experiences.
Of mythology and folklore in shaping the Katipunan's ideology and vision for the Philippine Revolution. The legend of King Bernardo Carpio, a mythical hero who was said to be trapped in the mountains and would one day return to liberate his people, was a popular theme in Filipino folklore and was incorporated into the Katipunan's millenarian vision of a coming era of liberation and justice. Katipunan's use of mythology and folklore was a deliberate strategy to create a sense of continuity with the past and to rally the people around a shared vision of liberation. The story of King Bernardo Carpio, in particular, resonated with the Filipinos' experience of colonialism and their longing for freedom. Overall, the important role of mythology and folklore in shaping the Katipunan's ideology and vision for the Philippine Revolution demonstrates how popular culture can play a significant role in shaping social and political movements.
The passage discusses the Philippine Revolution of 1896 and the role of Andres Bonifacio, the founder of the Katipunan, in harnessing religious and cultural influences to serve his revolutionary goals. Bonifacio believed that inner transformation was necessary for revolution as he sought to harness the traditions of Catholicism rather than destroy them. The passage highlights the significance of two poems of the Bonifacio brothers, Paalam Na and Ang Mga Pobreng Kristiyano, which reflect the sentiment of the Filipino people at the time and demonstrate the importance of the struggle for independence as a sacred mission. The changing of mothers from Spain to Inang Bayan, or mother country, is a dominant theme in the poems of the Bonifacio brothers, reflecting the idea that the Filipino people were seeking a new identity separate from their colonial past. Thus, the passage underscores the religious and cultural influences on the Philippine Revolution of 1896 and the pivotal role that Andres Bonifacio played in harnessing them to advance the cause of independence.